Sean Bennett back in a running back. He has shared time with Kirkwood on his first possession. The Gophers have been a stingy team this season. They have dominated time of possession. But Tim Brewster told us it's not always the answer. Sometimes we have to forget about 13 and 4. Pistol formation. Chad Spann, the running back. Here's Spann. Room on the right side. There he goes. Chad Spann down the sideline. Needs a block. And finally pushed out of bounds by Minnesota's freshman Brock Vereen. Spann was held to just 15 yards last week by Illinois. The week before against North Dakota, he had a 79-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage.
And this look.
Harnish checks at the line. Man in motion is Cox. Harnish. Quick pass outside for the first down to Martell Moore. Moore was banged up against Illinois. Now back to 100%, they say. And the coaches said one reason they like him is he was a fantastic. Second and goal from the 3. Out of the pistol once again. Spann. Cutback. Touchdown. Huskies. And Northern Illinois grabs its first lead of the game.
And Jerry Kill's group is known as a spread offensive team, but they like the physical brand of football that they play. A lot of spread teams put up big
for the Huskies. Northern Illinois just 1 of 2 on third downs tonight. Pressure on. Harnish steps up, delivers a strike for a Northern Illinois first down to Landon Cox.
And Harnish showing that he has the ability to stand in the pocket and deliver the football on time with some pressure coming from his right side. Able to just brush that off and deliver a laser to his wide receiver.
2 years ago in his first career start for Northern Illinois. Remains his best passing day as a Husky. Threw almost 330 yards in that game. Deep ball caught on a physical grab by the fullback Kyle Scarb. The fullbacks don't run the ball, but both Scarb and Flahive are threats to catch it out of the backfield.
You don't normally expect a fullback to be able to go up and elevate to get a football like this. Not the most accurate pass that Harnish threw there.
Kreider with a big hole straight up the middle. Ricky Kreider takes it all the way down to the 11-yard line. A 36-yard rumble for Kreider.
And you've got a linebacking core from Minnesota that's been in this defense for a couple of years now, but inexperienced. They lost so much depth and talent at the linebacker position. It appeared to be Gary Tinsley wasn't fit properly based off where the defensive tackle had hit the block. A football name.
The name, the legend, plowing a field without a horse. Here goes Spann. Spann has plowed his way through the Gopher defense time after time tonight. Now he's inside the 40 with that sprint of 32 yards. And Spann's over the century mark in rushing once again. Gainesville, Indiana takes over in the backfield now for Northern Illinois. Third down. Harnish to throw on the slant, complete. First down, Willie Clark. Great balance to this Northern Illinois attack tonight.
And that play they just ran right there, that shows you the potential for how dangerous this offense can be. If Chandler Harnish can consistently complete that pass, just a quick slant route that they're running out of their
close affair. We're tied at 13. Orseski will punt it away from Minnesota. Davis set to return. They block it. Northern Illinois smothers the punter, and the Huskies will be knocking on the door with 1:23 to go. Jimmy Ward swallowed it up. It's the first block punt of the year for the Gophers, and the Huskies have a chance to reclaim the lead before the break.
And we talked about Jerry Kill being aggressive. He came in here to TCF Bank Stadium wanting his team to expect victory. And that being an aggressive play call, because a lot of coaches They wouldn't have sicked the dogs after the punter, not wanting to take a chance on a penalty. But that's an aggressive call to go ahead and go for it.
Not to use their timeout just yet. This might be the last play of the half. To the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Martell Moore with the grab. A 10-yard strike from Harnish to Moore.
It was the placement of this football that was so impressive from Chandler Harnish.
Points to show for it. Hazy, the fullback, goes to the wing. This is Bennett. And DeJuan Bennett gets thrown for a loss of perhaps 2. Jake Kaufman, the former Marine at 26 years old, in there for the stop.
And that stretch play is a difficult one to run to the short side of the field, as they tried to do right there.
Minnesota's converted 2 of 4 fourth down chances this season. To the fullback, needed a yard, barely made it back to the line of scrimmage. John Hazy had 3 touchdowns in that emotional victory on the road against Middle Tennessee State after losing his father to a stroke. He picked up a first down in his previous carry back in the first half.
And so his day is now done.
Thank you, Lisa. On 3rd and short, they run over the right side, and Northern Illinois stuffs them. Sean Progar with a big play up front for the Huskies. To close on Lisa's report, Ryan Spann and Flahive in the backfield for Northern Illinois, nursing a 4-point lead with 1:20 to go in the 3rd. Spann, stiff arm. Spann, another stiff arm. What a talent. And Chad Spann takes it all the way down into Minnesota territory. A run of 32 yards.
And they list Chad Spann at 5'9", not buying it, probably in the 5'7" to 5'8" range, just around the 200-pound mark. But he runs like he's Christian Okoye. He stiff arms people. He keeps the feet churning.
Backfield as Spann gets a breather. Bell cuts it back, and here he goes. Cameron Bell gashes the Minnesota defense and takes it inside the 10. Kyle Therrett finally tripped him up.
And Northern Illinois hasn't utilized Cameron Bell too much so far in the season, and the coaching staff has talked about him in recent weeks and the excitement they've had about getting him in the lineup because he adds the bruising element to their run game. But we see he's got another gear. He burst into the 3rd level of the defense. 8th in the Big Ten in 3rd down defense coming into tonight's contest. An opportunity to get off the field.
2 tight ends for the Huskies. Play action, looking for the fullback. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. Connor Flahive with a second big grab of the game for a Northern Illinois fullback. And the Huskies chugging along. An 11-point lead with the big formation. Bennett and Hazy on 4th and short. Bennett left side. Got tripped at the line. He needed to get to the 20, and this will once again depend on the spot. Northern Illinois stopped them. They needed to get to the yellow stripe of the 20, and by the length of a football, for the 2nd time tonight, Minnesota turns it over on downs.
And there was a defender that shot through low for the Husky defense that was able to get there just in time to trip up DeJuan Bennett.
Minnesota has turned the ball over on downs. Spann with the fullback Scarb now, and if past performance is any indicator of future success, Northern Illinois will be able to run it a little bit here in the 4th quarter.
And I'll say this about that 4th down call, because one option would have been to try and attempt a field goal, because you know you need a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal to get back in the game anyway. I like
Spann in the backfield with Harnish. Now Scarb joins them. Here's Spann, and he gashes them again. Another first down run for Spann and more. And he's still going. Chad Spann inside the 5 and into the end zone. A back-breaking run for the Northern Illinois Huskies.
Chad Spann continuing his field day, carving up the run defense of the Minnesota Gophers.
61 yards on that rumble from the senior from Indianapolis.
Under further review.
They'll take another look. Should it stand, it will be a new career high for Chad Spann. 223 yards. And able to brace himself with his left hand and stretch with the right hand. Watch the knees. Not down. Ball in. Touchdown.
There's certainly enough playmakers on the offensive side of the ball where they're going to have people's attention.
To the end zone. Picked off. That'll seal it. Patrick George, a senior from Chicago, with his first pick of the season. Third Big Ten victory for Northern Illinois. They got Purdue last year and now Minnesota this season. That's it from Minneapolis. Our final score, Northern Illinois 34, Minnesota 23. For Lisa Byington.